So I've got a 2011 Touran in the workshop, 1.6 diesel. And the customer complaint on this one is a lack of power and like a surge, like someone's tethering the throttle when you're at any set speed once it's warmed up. No warning lights on the dash, carry out a diagnostic test, no fault codes, so we carry out a road test and log some data. Now this sort of symptom could be a billion things, well, quite a lot of things, so you've got to record your data and then go through it. And also what comes into it a lot is a bit of experience and knowing the feel of certain types of cars. Like I know these very well, Volkswagens, and so the feel of it pointed me in a particular direction, but I recorded the information anyway. You can try and watch it while you're driving, but you will crash because there's a lot of information, so just record it and look at it after. Now you can go through it. So to me, and this is a DSG as well, it could have been a DSG issue, but to me it didn't feel that way. It felt engine-y. It felt like an EGR fault, which it is, but I'll explain how we come to that. So, I was checking through my information. You can check your airflow meter, obviously. You're reading your airflow, it was working, and what I did was I went down the M25 and I recorded some information. So, we've got airflow, and at a set speed, that was when I was doing around 50, I reckon, it was not very steady. That could be down to it trying to correct itself due to bad fueling, due to timing, due to numerous issues. However, you can narrow down what it's not by, if we get rid of this little guy here, put him back to that, go back to that, go back to that, and we show this. Right, and we'll make them a joint graph. So, where are we? Here we go. So that was me, cruise control on at 50 miles an hour. The green line is what the car is requesting air-wise, and the blue is what it's actually seeing. Not very steady at all. Now having that green line for me would eliminate a timing issue, because if it was timing it would be requesting a variation, trying to correct the timing. Fueling issue, well, I recorded the fueling and that was all spot on, so it's an airflow fault. Now you could scope your map sensor, go for a bit of a spin or just rev it up and down and see what it's doing, which is not very difficult, it's just there. However, again, for me, another giveaway was, and it's also a very helpful diagnostic-y thing, is lock yourself in a workshop with the engine running. Firstly, it's good for diagnosing things because you can use your sense of smell, and secondly, it's good for suicide if you're that way inclined. But it smells not massively, but slightly strong. At idle, there was none of these faults, it's only when under load. So, to me, it indicates an EGR system fault. Speak to the customer. A month ago, he had a new EGR for completely different faults. They had EGR faults in the system, position sensor faults, no power, no boost. So it was replaced for a good reason. However, this has been occurring ever since. EGR readings are all correct, position sensor readings, actuation, all correct. So what I like to do to make things nice, quick and simple is, where am I? Just blank it off. I stick a blanking plate in the EGR pipe, this is the pipe that feeds, because getting to the EGR is a ball. Like I'm sure a lot of you have worked on these. I think the book time's about 6 hours. You can do it quicker than that, but it's still a pain in the arse. So you just want to check it, you blank it off, you hook up your diagnostic machine, you record your live data again, and where are we? It actually took less time to fucking diagnose than it is to get this info on the screen for you. Show those. We'll make them into a graphy graph. We'll go back to where I was on the M25. What have we got? very matching lines. Now what you got to do is you plate that up, you drive it to wherever you're going, you need to pull over and clear the faults, because it doesn't take long for these to register a flow problem. So before you start recording your data, you need to make it fault free, because once it registers as a not enough EGR flow, it'll go into a default mode anyway, and that'll just trick you into thinking you're right. So remember that. But here we are, look, I pulled over at the side of the M25, cleared my codes, and then started accelerating like mad just to get up to 50. This could take some time, but they're fairly close there. It's me on and off the boost and on and off the accelerator, trying to get to traffic speed. Oh, go faster. And there we go. Cruise control on, 50 miles an hour. Pretty much bang on. Indicating either a slightly poorly machined EGR with a flow problem, or with a weak plunger. Now by that I mean this is obviously has a little solenoid on a motor, it opens and closes the valve. I don't know, I'm pointing there, you can't see it, all you can see is the turbo, it's under there. Weak valve, but I have seen them with the flow of exhaust just being pushed slightly open. So there you go. Another thing, you know, it's nice just to rule out things as soon as you're driving the vehicle, so you're recording your fuel pressure. If the requested and the actual are the same, then it's usually pretty good. And if it's at cruising speed, you generally wouldn't get a fuel pressure fault. It's only under load you'd generally get a fuel pressure fault. No, you can, but we know it's not that. We've proven it's an EGR flow issue. There you go. Hopefully that's a quick way to help you to diagnose an EGR problem. Check your live data. If you suspect it, just blank it off, go for a spin, check your live data again, you're done. Worst case scenario, it's not that, but you've eliminated it from your diagnosis.